Hi there. This is an introduction to the basics of Super Auto Pets. Let's go ahead and get started. Arena mode, that is the mode that everyone plays. There's a versus mode, but you have to have friends for that. I don't have any friends. Here's the main screen. So, up here we have the amount of money you have. You get 10 every turn, unless you have an ability animal that can't give you more. We have health, which persists throughout your entire game. We have wins. You need 10 wins to win a run. That's what these are called, runs. That's each individual game. And here's the turn. Obviously, it's turn 1. So, down here are animals that you can buy. Over here are items that you can buy. And here is the battle area. This is the queue that you create. Let's just play with what we got here. We got a mosquito. Start a battle, deal 1 damage to 1 random enemy. We'll go ahead and play that and put it here. So at the start of the battle, whenever I click end turn, we'll go up against another team, and before the battle starts, he'll go pew, and deal 1 damage to an enemy. Damage affects player's health, and this is how much damage you do. Now, this ability does not tie to the damage that the animal does itself. I'll show that whenever it happens. This duck has an ability. Whenever you sell it, it gives shop pets +1 health. I'm actually going to buy both of these. And then with my remaining gold, it costs 1 gold to roll. So, to roll, you just click the roll button. It changes everything out and refills the shop for you. If there's anything that you want to keep and buy next round, you can freeze it. The shop will not refill that spot. They'll keep that ant. You can also freeze items. Everything costs 3 gold unless specified otherwise. Alright, I'm going to click end turn and we'll see the first fight. Get to pick your name. It doesn't matter at all, but, you know, it's kind of fun. Running doggies. That's cute. Let's do that. Looking for an opponent, and here's us, and here's our opponent's battle line. They attack here. It's this one first, and this one first, and so on and so forth. There was the mosquito ability, and now the attacking, and we tied because my might and health was the same as their might and health, and, you know, mathematically it just worked out that way. It does all the math for you. You don't have to count at all, I promise. Here's the ant that we froze last turn. We'll go ahead and buy that. As you can see up here, our gold is 10 again. We have 10 health because we didn't lose any. We didn't win, we just drew. And it's turn 2. So we'll play the ant. We're gonna play the fish. And oh, we're full. But we can buy this mosquito anyways. Each animal has a level from 1 to 3. And the only way to level up an animal is to stack the same animal on top of it. That still costs 3 gold, and it put it on top of it. It gave it a buff, and it gave it experience. When you level an animal up, its ability also levels up. We don't have enough money to really buy anything else, so I'll just roll, see if there's anything I want to keep, and then I will end my turn. Another fight here. They seem to have a pretty good board. We'll see who wins. I have a 2-1. The mosquitoes attack. The fish beats my ant. The mosquito finishes off the 2 fish. The duck dies to the beaver. And it's another tie because even though my fish was 2-1 and their mosquito was 2-2, each attack did 2 damage, so both animals died. So the weaker animal still killed it because, you know, it had the same attack. Alright, so we hit turn 3, and I don't know if you saw that, but we reached tier 2. That means we now lose 2 health whenever we die, and we can have access to tier 2 animals, like the swan. Start a turn, gain 1 gold. I like that ability. I also like to finally use my ducks ability to sell and give +1 health to every animal in the shop. We'll do that. We'll do it again. I don't want to keep my fish, so we're going to sell that. Now, look at this item, the sleeping pill. This item makes a friendly pet faint. Since the ant gives a random friend a buff during the game, it goes away. But if we use the pill on them while we're in the shop, then it will buff an animal on our line, and that buff is permanent. We'll do it. It buffed the goose, and we buy the other ant. And we will give it a bone attack, because if I roll, then I'm not going to be able to buy anything, and I don't want to waste any gold, so we'll do that. This peacock has an ability. When it takes damage, it gains attack, so it's good to have it have a lot of health. And we'll end our turn, and we'll keep going. The ant has the meat attack, so it did a lot more damage and killed off that first animal, and it still buffed us. Even though we had less animals, we played a little bit smarter whenever we set up, so we ended up winning. We have a peacock, so we can try to level up our peacock. And we can level up our mosquito. Never mind, I'm sorry, that's a spider. I can't read. We're gonna roll. Not really anything in here I want. Still nothing I want. Rather than waste money on something that I don't want, I'm going to roll a few times and see if I can find something that I like. Otter's not bad. We get a little permanent buff. Ant's not bad. In fact, it might even be worth it for me to just play it. And there's a mosquito to freeze and level up that next turn. Putting in work because it has meat attack. Our peacock getting damage because it was taking damage. And the swan's big enough to help clean up. And we win again. Now we've reached level 5, we hit tier 3. Now we can lose 3 damage whenever we lose. Let's level up this mosquito and get a tier 4 animal. Oh, a tier 4 animal. Not really something I want, so we're actually going to skip that. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. There's all kinds of animals with different abilities here. This garlic is very powerful. It's a tier 3 item. It takes 2 less damage, the animal holding this. So I give it to my peacock. Now, if it gets hit by, say, something with 4 attack, it only takes 2 damage. And we'll even give it an apple to make it a little stronger, since it's kind of the center point of our team right now. Eventually, you want to start selling off or using pills on things that aren't going to be useful later in game. Like these ants, whenever I find pills, I will probably use the pills on them. So a lot of stuff just happened there. Alright, Honey Badger. And Honey Badger wins because of bullshit. The Badger has an ability where it deals damage after it dies, and then it had the honey item on it, so a bee spawned and they ended up winning. Here's a pill, like I said. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Perfect, it buffed exactly what we wanted it to. There's not really anything here I want, so I'm going to roll. This may feel tempting, but it's not really worth it. I'm not really looking to buy any more ants, so we're going to keep rolling. Turtle is worth it. The turtle gives a friend behind it melon armor. Melon armor takes 20 damage less once. This can be useful later on with something that we buy, so we're going to hold on to it for now. There are definitely some strategies here that I'm not good enough to explain, or that I don't know, but, you know, it doesn't matter. Just going to finish out this round and then probably end the video, because that's about everything we need to know. As you can see, the game is very straightforward. And then win or lose, you get points or you don't get points, and you just start the next game. That was a very unfortunate build. That was a build that summoned animals and buffed them. I had a very big animal in the front that took less damage, so it did not work out for them at all. We've reached tier 4. I'm just going to be a little cheesy and buff the crap out of my peacock. It's not going to work late game, but, you know, it's fun. Yeah, I'm actually going to sell this and buy this. This giraffe at the end of the turn gives the friend ahead +1/1. Since it's at the end of my turn, it is permanent. If it's on this turn, it's permanent. If it's in the fight, it is not permanent. There we you go. Plus 1/1. So this camel takes damage and gives this a buff. Oh wow. Another tie, huh? This is going to be a long game. I'm going to call it there. I think I've explained just about everything you need to. If you have any questions, put them in the comments and I will do my best to answer them. But I hope this was helpful and have a good day.